This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that hype button. Let's get right into it. All right, so Drake shares the Rolex gifted him 101 Gradient Daytona with the Freeze the World. I mean, who cares, bro? Bro, who cares, bro? Let's see what the next move is. I mean, I all I can say is, I saw. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But Joe Budden was talking about him taking the bait. We'll get to that in a second. Quavo probably dropped the best song last night, Trance. Pharrell is bringing Atlanta back. I don't care what you feel. That's what's happening. 21 Savage tells Meek Mill, drop this after hearing the news tip. But Meek Mill finally got a song that's decent. Gilly premiered it. Meek Mill should drop it. Meek Mill has to start dropping. And probably having other people okay it. I don't think he's his own. I don't think he's a good A&R for himself. He needs to go get help from people that have better ears than him. He just lost it at one point. I don't know what happened. I think he's just not in the zone. All right, so Joe Budden talks about Drake. He says, I see the Drake shots on the stream. We heard him on the album. He says, you keep talking about, your pen ain't dry. Jump out there. Set it on the old guy. Fire on him. He says, Kendrick and Drake was years ago. Let's turn up. He just wants to see this happen again. If Drake makes the same mistake, you would be going up against a similar audience. And you'd be going up against bots. You'd be going up against people that are paid to have a certain opinion. You wouldn't win this. They would drown out the media, and you would lose. Drake, you would lose against Jay-Z even if you won. I said this last night. Even if you won, you lost. Jay-Z doesn't really have to do much to beat you because he's already going to have the public opinion because it will be purchased. And Drake will underestimate this with Jay-Z like he did with Kendrick, Kendrick also came with a song that everybody wanted to play, just like he did with the Meek Mill battle. This is what I'm talking about Drake with the Meek Mill battle. Dropped a song that people wanted to play. And if he wants to relive this again, go ahead. Go up against Jay-Z. But I think you're winning just by pointing out Jay-Z's doing this and behind this. I think that's winning in itself. Jay-Z wants a reason to return to music. And this will give him the exact reason to return to music. And you will become his rollout for his album. And that's just a fact. Just like you became the rollout for Kendrick Lamar's album. Don't listen to Joe Budden. He just wants to see you lose. Ray J wants Princess Love back. I mean, bro, you had all your kids with her and everything, and you still threw her to the curb, bro. You're not a good person. So 10 years later and everything we've been through, somehow it all comes back to love. No matter what happened and what was said, what people saw or anybody thinks they know about us, we know what's real. Bro, you had a gun on your stream like a year ago. And you had to get arrested because of her. Because you took it too far. Ray J's insane. Just like this person. Saucy Santana. Saucy Santana was talking about smashing kids. Kids wanted to smash Saucy. I won't even call... It's just a middle gender. But... because I don't even know what Saucy identifies as, to be honest. Very weird situation. Very spooky situation here, okay? I don't like it. Because talking about kids, no. Tracy T checks Adrian Broner for getting too touchy while he's drunk. Bro, Tracy T's trying to become a streamer now? Tracy T, come on, bro. Tracy T barely made it rapping. Tracy T's cool and everything, but it's like he never even made it rapping. He had one song with Rick Ross. I don't even remember. It had Meek Mill on it. I remember that. Started from the... It was something like that. Started, run it, read it, run it. It was cool. It was a cool song, but Rick Ross isn't good at breaking new artists. Meek Mill and Wale worked because they were already moving. They already had their cities. Wale was already on a major before. He had Nike boots out. Meek Mill had like 3-4 mixtape series out. So AB got too touchy with Tracy T while he was drunk. So Papoose, I did not know Papoose had a Transformer for a son. Okay, but Papooses son posted Nicki Minaj song where she disses Remy. Because Remy dropped this diss record to Clarissa Shields, as you know. That's Papooses son. They're at a game together, and this is Papooses son now. Papooses son, Shamell, right, is now Shanisa. Papooses son, Shamell, is now Shanisa. Clarissa Shields said Papoose was supposed to downgrade. Remy Ma just call her hand-me-down. New diss track. Clearance Shields fights tonight, so we'll see what happens. She'll probably win. I think she picks her fights. I think that's why Mayweather likes what she's doing. She's using a Mayweather strategy. I'm not saying all Mayweather's fights were picked, but many were. Wendy Day makes a point of why there would never... She was very instrumental in getting Cash Money to another level. They were already successful, got him to another level, got him a major deal at Universal. After turning down multiple deals, she got him a $30 million deal with the best terms. I think it's 80-20, right? I think they have 90-10 at one point. But anyways, which means they get 90% and the label gets 10 and they operate as a major on their own. Wendy Day said this never got recreated because nobody put the money up. Boosie could have put the money up. Boosie had the money. He could have spent $150,000 a record and got him going. And he could have really taken the credit for Young Blue's career. But all he did was bring Young Blue to a bunch of podcasts and did a song with him. That's not enough. You have to put money behind radio and everything else. So Young Blue did that on his own. Got hot. Got Drake on a record with no help to Boosie. Boosie doesn't have a relationship with Drake. And then Boosie wanted to take credit. It doesn't work so. So this has been exposed by TQ, Boosie's brother, that, you know, Boosie's a liar. He signed off on Young Blue, and then after signing off on him for him to leave, he blew up. But then Boosie said, oh, my brother forged my signature. You know, okay. Boosie could have been the next biggest label. He had the money, but he decided to build a pond. Obviously, the timeline, I'm just joking about that. But he decided to, like, spend it on other things when it could have made him more money, you know? He would rather spend it on tipping waitresses than give it to his family. I'll tell you that much. T.I. says that he's down to do an album with Jeezy if Jeezy's down. That would be a good album. More artists should be doing albums like this. This has been going on for a while, but more artists need to be, because it pushes you to be great. Pusha Steve venting about how comfortable he is in prison, how he gets lobster, and how he gets chefs. Well, you know, you could do that at home too, bro. You don't have to go to jail for that. But he was thirsty to go back to jail. Get those release forms. Right back in jail. Now he has to spend all this money on lawyers that he just made. It's crazy. What a way to spend money. Ben Don avoided Sauce Walker at a Fox BD show. Because, you know, they have... Sauce Walker has beef with Drake, but nothing was going to happen. Young Jock compares his Movin and Groovin song that dropped in 2016 to Bad and Boujee. I don't know if he was implying that they stole it, but it dropped the same. Bad and Boujee dropped the same year. You think they were inspired by your song and dropped Bad and Boujee? That's a stretch to me. Young Thug refuses to perform in Macon, Georgia, because they played, or Macon, Georgia. Macon, because they were played Young Thug while he was there. I mean, that's just being like a girl, bro. Grow up. Grow up, bro. It's like You sat down with the cops too. Let's be real. And then Vlad exposes N.O.R.E for the snake that he is. N.O.R.E can be a snake sometimes, okay? I've seen N.O.R.E multiple times. He needed a lot of help at a certain point in his career. He was kind of done. DJ EFN saved him with this podcast idea. But, yeah, he was pretty much done. Toast back in 2009 and 10. Nobody cared about N.O.R.E anymore. Nobody would really do that many favors for him. He did some favors for some. Some people did favors for him, and he never repaid the favors. N.O.R.E will never repay a favor. N.O.R.E is about N.O.R.E. Vlad's right about this. Vlad said N.O.R.E would come on his show a lot, and because he begged to come on there, right? N.O.R.E was begging to do interviews for a while before he had his podcast. Then he wanted Vlad on his. Vlad refused to drink on the first one, so they didn't do it. Second time, Vlad gave in and said, okay, I'll drink and I'll fly down and I'll make it happen. He did that. Then he says, okay, come back on my show, Vlad TV again. N.O.R.E kept ducking him, curbing him. Nah, I'm too busy. I'm over here. So, sorry, I got too busy. Da, da, da. This is how N.O.R.E does. I've seen him do this to people. He just doesn't want to do it. He just pretends like he's just too busy or he forgot. So Vlad called him out on it, and they just had a final blow up. N.O.R.E's kind of snakish. I don't hate N.O.R.E, but a little bit snakish. This is Jordan Tout with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I'll check you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.